and the Colts have it.
That's important. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose. And
look at the fumble right here, and it's picked up on the bounce, and there he goes.
2 more weeks left in the regular season, everyone. Fumbling the Bag podcast. We're back again.
We are back. What's up?
It's after the Christmas holiday. Look at that.
Man,
finally
Christmas.
over.
I'm
I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, you ain't said nothing but a word or
Dude,
words.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
my Christmas, man. I didn't even go home. This is like maybe the second Christmas in my life that I wasn't around my family.
I was gonna say,
So
I know
it
it was that lake effect, right? It just kind of crushed the west side.
Man, the Midwest just got killed, But all of the country, most of the country, had some effects of that that storm or whatever it was.
Except
man.
us, we got
It
lucked
wasn't that
out.
bad.
Yeah, it was fine.
It wasn't too bad, But hey, Christmas is over. That's good. New Year's is coming. It's a new dawn.
New resolution: make better bets.
Bullshit ass resolutions, yes.
Make
that is one of them.
make better bets, win more money. That's one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's on the charter. That has to be.
Heck yes.
Why not? And and drink responsibly. That's one of mine. Who the fuck's watching this at this point? If you haven't kept up already, We've held our own, though, for this year. I counted the record. The Super Lock, terrible, abysmal. I think I'm about the same as the the Buccaneers ATS record. It's like abysmal, like 2-12-1 or something.
Hey, but they still can win their division, though.
Yeah.
They in it to win it.
They are. And then, my Thursday records, but all together, 116, 115, and 9. I'm still above 500 by that one crucial game.
Nice. I am 112 and 122 and 8 ties. I was 7-8-1 last week. Not good.
That's still fine. Better than 6-10. Right?
Well, I was 21-16. I'm 21-16 with my locks. I was 2-2 with locks last week.
Okay.
So I think I chose too many locks, man.
Dude.
But, and Detroit destroyed me. I thought they was gonna handle their business, but I'm not gonna say same old Lions. I'm not gonna do that. I think they're different, but I was expecting them to win.
Yeah, I think we all were. It was a truly sharps versus squares on that game, and there's quite a few again this week. And I thought that was the game I locked in on. I was like Tampa Bay. Oh yeah, every sharp in the world's like, Arizona's the bet, 6.5. Just take the points. And I'm like, no, they got this. They're due.
I took the points.
They weren't due, man.
I just don't trust Tampa Bay, man. We'll get into it, but
we will. We have a lot to cover again. For the meantime, this is, big weeks for a lot of teams. Big week for your fantasy teams. Obviously, this is Thursday, so we're going to cover the Thursday game in about a minute, since most people won't even view this.
Right.
And, it really looks like traps galore this week, starting with this game, especially Dallas on the road to Tennessee, obviously. Under over 40. Tennessee at this time is a 14-point home dog to Dallas.
Wow.
I still say take any points you can, or give Tennessee as much as you want up to this number. I'd say 14. That's about it. There's your pick.
What's crazy is, man, just this morning it was at 12.5.
Yeah.
So they must have found out that Henry's not playing. We know Tannehill's not playing.
We know Simmons isn't playing too.
Isn't playing either. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the secondary's banged up too. So I mean, you're basically getting second stringers on both ends.
Okay. All right.
So it could be very bad. And Dallas probably wants to just tie up the 6th seed at this point, right?
Well, if they win, if they have to win out. And I think Philly has to lose a game. Yep. They have to lose out, for Dallas to win the division. So that's a lot, So Dallas is probably trying to play it a little safe, maybe not get injured in this game, in the last 2 games. So who knows, though? If that's the case, Tennessee could backdoor,
I just can't see them scoring literally more than 7 points tonight.
know.
It really like only reason I'm watching this game is me and you obviously made it to the finals in my league. So
money.
That was cool. Automatic. I had the luckiest run ever.
You did.
Literally the luckiest. That's all fantasy football is. It's literally all luck because I took down probably the 2 best.
I'm glad you did.
And you're the 3rd best, I would say. And if not, well, you scored the most points, so I guess you are the best too. So David versus Goliath again. Go CD Lamb, score 2 touchdowns for me. We're both in on Dallas though, or are you taking Tennessee?
I'm taking Dallas, man. I can't with Tennessee.
Yeah, they've burned me too many times, like the last 4 times. I
mean, this game
sucks.
doesn't mean anything to anybody. Because like we were saying, Tennessee, they have to win against, Jacksonville
next week. That's going to be probably the prime time.
Yeah, in order, whichever team wins is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and at that point, all hands on deck because you don't want anyone getting hurt for a technically meaningless game. This is basically a bye week.
Yes.
And same for Jacksonville, so.
Is Prescott playing?
Yeah, Dak's playing.
Okay, he's going to play. Okay.
Yeah, he'll play. Like I said, it could be 30-0 at half, but let's move along to, a game of a little more interest. The hometown team, Detroit Lions, hosting Chicago Bears. They're a 6-point home favorite. Odd to say that.
It is.
Over 52. Lions just need this. And really the Bears could, tank. They could technically get the worst record in the league still and get that number 1 pick if they really want to lose.
Yes.
Houston could pull out a win against Jacksonville.
Right. They could tank.
They'd be right there all of a sudden.
I don't know, though. I took Chicago in this game.
Took the 6.
I took the 6, man.
A lot of people are. I'm taking Detroit just on the basis of, dude, they've covered. They're 3rd best at covering this year. 10-4-1. Chicago basically dead last in covering, 5-9-1. And I just think one team has a lot more to play for. Home field advantage at Ford Field.
Yeah.
Jared Goff usually does his thing. You'd like to see Justin Fields perform well, of course. You think they have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league in Detroit.
Yes.
And they could tear it up and even just make it close. Like they had it, I watched the game last week because they played Buffalo, so of course I was, intrigued to watch that. And they kept it close in that first half, but they kind of just fell apart down the stretch.
I know, man. I had them, covering that spread. They didn't do it. They did lose their stomach. I don't know what happened, but Buffalo happened. I know what happened.
Yeah, it was just a collapse at the end. I mean,
when
it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. You're a bad team, whatever. You move on and
correct.
Try and get that number 2 pick. But yeah, I like Detroit to bounce back here. 6 is a lot, but I think there's a reason odds makers make it that because they want people to play Chicago just because they're like, what could go wrong?
Well, I will say this, man. The Bears have a bad rushing defense as well. I think Detroit may get back to running the ball. They're at home. I think they're going to score a lot of points. But I also think that, like you said, their rushing defense is really bad too. Detroit's is. So I think Justin Fields and company will probably, move the ball as well on the ground. And I think it's just it might cancel itself out, you know. I think that backdoor is coming.
I think that's what a lot of people think. So, yeah, trying to play spoiler. I can see it. I like the over 52 as well. And pretty much any touchdown scorer you can think of in that game.
Exactly.
Points. We'll move it along. We have a lot of games, a lot of ground to cover. Denver. Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, Mr. Unlimited himself. Should have been the MVP. They didn't allow us to vote for him. That's bullshit. Nickelodeon, you know what you're doing. It's a crime.
Hey, I heard he has his own office. This is what I just heard. This might be a rumor, but Russell Wilson has his own office at Denver Broncos, whatever you want to call it.
Like the headquarters?
At their headquarters, yes. This guy is just... What was his contract? Let's talk about his contract right quick. How much was his contract worth?
$250 million, $160 million guaranteed,
oh my
or something like that. It's pretty bad.
Denver is mad as hell about that right now.
Oh, they're mad, but they give away a lot of draft capital. But here's the thing. As much as everyone hates him, he's an easy punching bag. Offensive line's easily one of the worst in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Decimated by injuries, even on the, side of your playmakers. It's like Judy, Sutton, or Hamler, or someone is out every single game.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, I can't blame him. He's by far lost a step, but they won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning throwing, wobblers.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can't blame it on him, but let's introduce who they're playing. They're playing Kansas City on the road. Kansas City, a 12.5-point favorite, over 45. Broncos haven't beat them in like 7 years to this point. That's how long it's been. I just see Kansas City playing for 1 seed. I think they fucking hate these guys. I think they're going to stomp them. Give me 12.5.
I'm taking Denver, man. As crazy as that sounds, man, because they have not been able to cover these spreads. Kansas City haven't. They've only covered how many spreads? 4, I think. Yep.
They don't cover
4 spreads the whole year.
Fuck, really?
Yes. Man.
Damn. Cover last week.
They did cover last week, but I think Denver played them close the last game they played.
They were down 28-0 or something. It was ridiculous. They backdoored it. They shouldn't have done that. Nah. I just don't see it happening again. If anything, any indication of what's to happen.
Yeah.
After Kansas City scores 14 points, the defense is just gonna say fuck it, cause
that's what they do, man.
What are they gonna do? Russell Wilson can't score 20 points. They haven't all year with this fucking guy.
Well, another point too is when they did cover the spread, Kansas City, it was against NFC teams as well. So I'm taking Denver. I know they're not gonna win, but I think they play a solid defense, enough defense to cover the spread.
Yeah, 770 money line is Kansas City. If you want to, throw your life savings to win a couple bucks. There you go. There's your answer.
That's a gamble, if there ever was one.
I mean, they have them. Nah, man. I hate to say there's no way they lose this game, but if I was to bet a money line, my life on the line, this is the one. We'll tune back next week if I'm still here. Let's just keep rolling along since there's fucking 12 more games to cover. Right? Or what? 16 games? 16. 13 more games. Jesus Christ. All right. New Orleans going on the road. Philadelphia. Philly's a 6-point home favorite. Over 43.5. I don't know who's starting this game. I hate to be that guy, but if you have any insight, please let me know.
I don't, man. That's one thing that I did not. I think Gardner Minshew
is back. He's 2 weeks.
He's starting.
Okay, I figured Does it really matter who starts at this point, though? One team is so much better than the other.
Yeah, but with that being said, though, the Saints, they still have something to play for. They have a slim chance of making the playoffs.
They do, but they fucking suck.
They suck, though. Yes, I'm taking Philly. It's no
arguments I locked the 6 up as well. I feel very on the square side this week, as you've seen from all my picks. Every single one's a favorite. I just don't believe in any of these teams, man. I don't believe in it's late season football. Why the fuck does anyone care?
Well, yeah, why do the teams care? Why do the players care?
Why do we care? It's very tread lightly with all of these, of course. I just think, Philly needs to secure the 1 seed.
Yes.
They win this game, they secure the 1 seed. It doesn't matter if Hurts plays next week.
Right.
Even though I think he'll still probably get some reps.
Yeah.
If he isn't playing this week. I just don't see the Saints hanging in there for what has been a huge failure of a season for them.
It has been, man.
Fucking stink. And they're also bad against the spread. 6-9. Philly's 8-7-1. I'll take, or 8-7. I'll just take a team that has, a lot better record covering these points.
Yeah, I'm going with Philly.
Yeah.
It's no No argument there.
Yeah, and yeah, we're just gonna keep flying through games. This might be a shorter episode, but that's fine. It's all a matter of optics, and a couple of these games are straight up passes this
Right.
week.
Exactly.
This one I don't think is a pass, but I really haven't wrote anything for it. Jacksonville going on the road to Houston, under over 43. Houston's a 4-point home dog. It's meaningless for Jacksonville, as we've already discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people will be sitting this week. I haven't really looked too deep into that. I just think Houston's playing for pride. They don't want to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they don't.
So I like the Houston 4. I think it's just an easy play.
Yeah, and I got it at 4.5. I think I'm taking Houston too. The Texans, they beat Jacksonville last game too.
Yeah, one of their few one of their 2 wins on the year.
They're playing hard. I will give it to Houston on that.
They've
They're
been
playing
covering
very
games
hard.
after I discounted them. I was like, oh, it's the worst team. No, I can't do it. Now
They've been covering, man.
and they cover at home. That's the main thing.
Yeah, but you know what? With another thing about that though is, with them losing, they could mess around and get the number 1 pick too if they keep losing. They lose these 2 games and they got number 1 pick. So I'm still taking Houston though. I think they play hard.
Here's the thing too about the number 1 pick. Chicago's not going to waste it on a QB, so does it really matter?
Right, exactly.
I don't know if it really matters because at the end of the day, you're going to have your pick of either Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. I don't know who else is
as far as quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the USC guy, the guy who just won the Heisman.
Well, he has 1 more year.
He has 1 more year.
Yeah.
What was he, a sophomore this year?
I think he's a sophomore.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's why he's
maybe
doing,
a red shirt.
That's why he's doing the finger paint stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah,
he's a little
still
immature.
young. Yeah.
He's a little immature. He's a good player though. I think he'll be
man.
a decent prospect in the NFL.
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm Houston all the way. That may change though for me, but right now, I'm sure this is going to probably be a field goal game.
Yeah, I just don't see it. It doesn't matter for either team.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
So it's it's a spring game.
Right,
Who cares?
right. It could go either way, but with that.
Let's go to a game that matters, but doesn't. Fuck, this shit sucks. Carolina going on the road to Tampa Bay. I fell for the Tampa trap about 10 times this year. If I had to look back at how many times I said, I'll back Tampa, Tom. Oh, dude, it was about 5 too many. Tampa Bay's a 3-point home favorite, under over 40.5. I guess I have to take Carolina here. This fucking Tampa team is actually bad.
They are. Both teams, I mean, like a must-win situation. So this is going to be an interesting game. I'm taking Tampa Bay too, man. They're ranked 7th in defense. They're at home.
You're going with Tampa. All right.
I'm going with Tampa.
Someone's got to take the bullet.
Yeah, this could go either way though. It was kind of like eeny, meeny, miny, mo for me.
Yeah.
With this particular game, but I'm gonna take Tampa Bay, man.
The problem is just looking at it from a statistical overview. Tom Brady's not the issue of the team. You would think it's 44-year-old Tom Brady's fault. It's not his fault the team sucks. They have the most drops in the league. They have the worst rushing offense in the league, followed by a terrible O-line that's plagued by injuries.
Yes.
Defense isn't holding their end of the bargain up, even though they've played okay.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of they've lucked out a couple games. They lucked out in Arizona this week, man.
They still have a losing record.
They lucked out against fucking New Orleans.
Yeah.
There's a few games I can just pinpoint. I'm like, this is... You lucked out. It's kind of like Minnesota, but, maybe Minnesota should also be 7-8. They're not great teams. There's a reason they don't cover. And I don't even think it's because of the money or anything. I just think this is a bad team.
Yeah, they're bad. And let me ask you, man, how do you think the playoffs are going to be with some of these bad teams still vying for, divisions, for their winning their division? Let's say they win a division and get into the playoffs, man. It's a one and done. It might be like 32 to nothing playoff wild card.
I don't think that's the case for any of those NFC South teams. I don't think it's the case for the NFC North either. Like, I would say watch out for the Giants.
Well, yeah,
Watch
NFC
out.
North is a little different.
Yeah, watch out for them.
The South, though, NFC South, man, I'm just not scared of any of those teams.
The Panthers,
maybe.
The Panthers' home games,
It depends on who they play.
Yeah.
Though. A lot of that depends on that.
Chances are you're playing Dallas, it looks like.
Yeah. So you don't think Dallas can run over a Charlotte or a Tampa Bay?
God.
I mean, Dallas isn't all that. We know that. We understand
Dallas would have to be capped. They'd probably be a 7-point favorite on the road against either team.
Yes.
So you would automatically bet the other side, I believe.
Maybe.
I think you would. I think you would have to, because I think they can keep it close. When it comes to game planning and that, it's like, okay, we know how to prepare for a 1-score game.
Yeah, playoffs is a different animal. You
Yeah.
can kind of specialize on what you need to do or whatever. But I just don't know, man. These teams are terrible. Now the NFC North, that's different.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
They're just tougher. There's tougher teams in that division. But oh my God, man, New Orleans, Tampa Bay.
New Orleans really doesn't have a chance. They would have to win, and there'd have to be a tie or something this week.
Yeah, I mean, they need a lot of help.
Yeah,
they're very slim.
Yeah, because I don't think they've pretty much lost every game in their division, because I know they lost to the Panthers on the road this year. They might have.
Yes.
I think they play in Week 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, next week, okay.
It's that or the Falcons. No, they played the Falcons twice already. So I think that's who they play. I probably am mistaken, but this is pretty much the game for the divisional title. If Carolina wins,
yes,
they're probably going in. They'd have to win out still, but
I'm going by the experience of Tom Brady in situations like this. Let's get it done.
He's due. All right, that's fair. Like I said, I'm taking Carolina just because I can't trust Tampa Tom anymore. And this is usually when it goes wrong. So let's move it along. We'll hit it up. Good game here. It's Indy going on the road to Jersey to play the Giants. Giants are 6-point home favorites, under over 38.5. Who the fuck's betting Indy at this point? Please tell me.
I'm not.
Giants. You gave us that lean last week, but hey, 7 people viewed the video. That's great. No one listened.
I know. I got lucky on that too. But the Giants, man, listen, the Giants are 11-4 in ATS.
Yeah, they're second best in the league.
So there's no way I'm going against that with the Colts.
Yeah.
No way in heck. So
Nick Foles throwing 3 more picks.
Yeah. Now the Colts do match up well with the Giants, I believe, as far as defense is concerned, I think. But
I mean, they'll be able to contain them a little
bit, but they can't move the ball, man. Jonathan Taylor will not be playing. I got a receiver. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Pittman, yeah.
Yeah, you really don't have anyone receiving wise for this matchup.
I know, man, and it just bothers me because there's nobody else out there, so I have to play him.
You can go pick up Isaiah Hodgins, play the other side of this game. Dude, Buffalo Bill legend, Isaiah Hodgins, he got dropped off the team after week 6 or 7.
I know, right?
And last week he had 7 for 68 and a touchdown. He's decent, man. He's not a bad player.
It might be people receivers like that might have a good,
yeah, there's guys
good week.
Yeah.
That no one has on their team. But I'm going Giants all the way on this one. I know I got it at -6.
Yeah, I'm with the square side with you. It's just, dude, Indy's scoring defense is one of the worst in the league.
Yes.
So it still shows they aren't a great defense.
No.
Game over game, and then their scoring offense is also one of the worst in the fucking league, man.
Gosh, man.
I think they're dead last in scoring offense too. It's them and Denver are 1 and 2.
Yes.
And we watched that game in real time. That's how bad that was. And it's just a matter of I can't do it. If they were at home, maybe that was the reason people were betting them last week. I can't go and do this again. No, I'm good. I'll take 6, even though I think it's a sucker number.
Well, another thing too, the Colts have lost 5 consecutive games, man. After Saturday's that debut.
Yeah, because they were 3-4-1, went to 4-4-1. I was like, hey, they have a chance.
Right.
No, they don't.
They just, man, they're demoralizing, man.
Definitely, it is. if you're watching this game, it's because you bet on it and or a fan.
Right.
Sorry. All right. Cleveland with the rapist going on the road to Washington.
Oh, wow.
Daddy Wentz is back. And I told everyone, this guy sucks. They're 2.5-point home favorites under over 40.5. Why are they benching Heineke for Wentz? The playoffs are on the line. He was the reason he got you to 7-7.
I don't understand that coaching style or that decision. I'm going with Washington though in this game. Cleveland has nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs.
They're playing for pride.
They're
Deshaun needs his reps.
They can be the spoilers, I guess, but I just don't like the way they're playing. I mean, Deshaun has been playing a tad bit better week after week after week, but they just don't have a lot of fight in them, it seems like. I don't know. Washington, they have to win this game too, man. I'm just hoping that Wentz can maybe be the Wentz of Philly. When they went to the Super Bowl, when they made that Super Bowl run.
I would like that, but I just don't. They're the most frustrating team. I love watching them, but
they are frustrating.
It's games like this that fucking kill me. Last week killed me too. Killed my teaser. Thanks, Washington. Figured you'd cover 7-fucking-teen, assholes. I had a super teaser on that motherfucker, and they didn't cover it, man.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. 17.
Or it was it was 14.5.
Okay.
Fucking nonsense. Dude. Every other leg hit Washington this time.
Your team too.
Ugh. Bills were on that one too. I had Bills just -1. It's like, okay, I was like, yeah, that's fine. They'll win by 1. I was a little nervous at halftime of that Bills game.
Hey, they got the job. DONE.
Oh yeah, they ended up smashing them at the end, but something reeks at 2.5.
I mean, I agree with you on that. I do not like that spread, but I do not like Cleveland.
No one likes betting Cleveland. I'm telling you.
I don't like betting
There's
Cleveland.
There's going to be a crazy stigma around betting Cleveland for the next few years. They're going to probably be the easiest team to bet on for us now, because people bet the other side.
Yes.
Where it's like, I don't care. Like, I get it. Like, I understand the social implications, but dude, if they cover like 11 games next year, they were a massive success. And that team is going to get better. It's just a matter of Watson getting reps.
Oh, yes.
Reps. Let that defense get a little better, too. They've been pathetic this year against the run.
Well, yeah.
That is something that does worry me against Washington, but I'll take the 2.5. You know, I wouldn't bet this game. I wouldn't bet most of these games, honestly.
No, me neither.
We're doing this for pride and to make sure one of us finishes around 500 for the year.
Right on.
And also just to say, hey, we've been consistent. We do this every week.
Well, you know what concerns me about Washington though is like the last 3 games they're 0-2-1. They have not sniffed a win in the last 3 weeks.
Don't get me started on the tie and or the loss.
Yeah, so I am a little nervous by my pick, but I'll stand firm on that, though. I'll stand firm on the 2.5.
Dude, it sucks. I fucking love this team, and they fucking always let me down. Carson Wentz, I have to hope you're good again. That's not good, even though I think the Cleveland secondary stinks. Too bad Terry won't see anything. It'll be all going to Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Logan Thomas. Like, Terry just out of the equation when fucking Wentz is in. It's pathetic.
Wow.
One of the best receivers in the league. Okay, not the best. I'd say he's top 10. But
top 10 for sure.
Yeah, he's one of my guys. Let's just move it along to a game I'll get even more mad at. 2 of my least favorite teams. It's the Miami Dolphins going on the road to New England. I don't know if this line's changed at all with the news. New England -3 is what I seen earlier. It might change a lot by the time Sunday comes around. Over 41.5. Take the over on that, by the way, folks. That seems like an easy win. But I don't think Tua plays the rest of the year. Does that sound far-fetched?
No, and he shouldn't. Miami shouldn't allow him to play. The NFL shouldn't allow him to play the rest of the season. I mean, come on now. This is his third concussion this season.
Yeah, since week 3, man. And
Shut him
everyone
down.
knew. And everyone knew he was concussed in that week 3 game. We knew he should have been taken out. And we weren't just saying that as Buffalo fans rooting against the Dolphins. The man got up and was like wobbling. And then you seen it, I guess, in that Christmas Day game. Where the fuck was he throwing to in the fourth quarter? Was he seeing 5 people out there?
Yeah.
Dude, it was bad.
And I took
I feel,
Miami too
you know,
last week, man. I figured that they would come to play.
I think I did as well. And yeah, because I got shut up. The holidays this year, not treating me good. 0-6 on the holiday games.
Hey, man. I didn't do that well either, man. But Miami's in disarray right now. They've lost, 4 straight games. Tua is not going to play next week.
Teddy covers, but I don't
Teddy
think
covers,
I don't
but-
believe it. I just don't believe it either. I think New England's a perfect play because they're still fighting for this playoff spot too.
Yeah, New England or bust for me, man.
Same here, and it's almost a lock. This
Yeah.
is one of the ones that I'm like, actually,
I might be
because
leaning.
New England's been embarrassed the last few weeks too. Think about that.
Yeah, and
Think they've
they're
dropped
ready
3 in a row?
to they're ready to drop a load on somebody, man.
Yeah, because they lost against Buffalo, lost against Vegas, lost
In
last
terrible
week
fashion
against-
too. Yeah,
Every single week except Buffalo. That was they just got their ass handed to them. But
exactly.
the last 2 weeks they lost in embarrassing fashion at the goal line, and then
Yeah,
the Myers throw to Chandler Jones, whatever that was. I just think New England is at home.
they're
In the
primed to
cold.
win this.
Prime.
Now this will probably go up once it's unanimous that Tua is not playing.
Oh, it's
Maybe a little
already
bit.
everyone knows. I think you should. I think that's aligned with Bridgewater personally.
Okay.
I think it goes to 3.5, 4 at the most. I don't think you get much more value than that.
Yeah, I take that all day. Actually, to be honest with you.
I do too because Tua's missed 3 games this year, and every single time they've basically got smashed when he hasn't played.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, like I said, you don't want to see anyone get hurt. It's a division rival for who I root for, but
Yeah.
dude, 3 concussions. We knew he shouldn't have played that fucking next week against Cincinnati, and then look what happened. It was
Exactly.
terrible. And then he misses 2-3 weeks there, and then last week I don't know where the game was on for me at the family gathering, but I really didn't see what was happening. I just remember seeing a pick. I'm like, oh, that's a bad throw.
Yeah, man. I noticed the bad throws. I didn't see. I saw highlights of him getting concussed at the hit,
Okay.
and with him wobbling up. I didn't
had
watch the
no
game
idea.
live, but he was just, man. They should have took him out the game immediately. Miami has really messed this thing up, man. They're terrible with
They
this.
fucked this up.
They should be getting fined for this, man. Seriously.
So
It's
here's
terrible.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
This is all to get Tom Brady. I know that sounds fucked, but it's one of the destinations he wanted to play. If this cat really has, dude, 3 concussions in this period of time is like suffering 100 concussions. Like,
Yeah.
you've seen players exit the league because of stuff like this.
Right.
And this is a young cat. He's no younger than me.
Yeah.
Like, you got a lot to live for. You've gotten paid. If anyone, you're probably second in line to sue the NFL, right behind Tyrod Taylor, with the punctured lung by
Really?
the team doctor. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand you wanted to go play, but you should have never been cleared, even after Buffalo, man, in that home win. You did win the game, but
Yeah. He needs to sit down with his family and discuss his future. But he definitely should not be playing the rest of this season.
let him
I
wear
hate
the
for this to
Guardian
happen.
cap on the fucking field or something. Because, like, seriously,
Right.
if it helps him not serve any more concussions, because whatever it is, he gets thrown down like a rag doll against defenders, and
Yeah.
that's not his fault. It's his size, man. Like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Tell him to bulk up? Fuck.
He's short too, man. I mean, it's a lot of things that go into him, getting touched whenever he gets tackled, getting hit hard or whatever.
Like,
But
crushed last year, week 2 against Buffalo, was out for like 3 weeks with
Yeah.
cracked ribs. I mean, he's just prone to injury, and I've told you that. I'm like, I think he's good. He's just very prone to injury.
he is, man.
And it is upsetting because I'd love to see him succeed too. It's not
Yeah.
that, I'm like, oh, fuck him.
He's a
I
good player.
I think he's good.
Yeah, when he's on, man, he's fun to watch.
You know, I was telling people last year, I'm like, I think this cat's fine. Give him a weapon. He got Tyreek Hill. Look what happened. Yeah. Let's move it along from the pity party that is that game to the actual pity party of two teams not competing for anything. I have one note on this game. It is pass. It's Arizona going on the road to Atlanta. Atlanta's a 3-point home favorite, under/over 42. Dude, fuck this.
Can I roll a die?
Yeah,
Just one die.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna take Atlanta because they're at home. What the hell? You know? I don't know about this game, man. I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I took Arizona. Don't really give a shit. We can pretty much just, you know.
Who's gonna watch this one but the fans?
I don't even think the fans are watching. I got a homie who lives in Atlanta. Still a diehard Lions guy, man. And, you know, when I was at the Bills game, he was like, dude, you're a traitor. And I was like, fuck the Lions. Sorry, man. I love the Lions. They're like number 2 or 3 on my list of teams because I always end up watching them still. But I can't have an emotional interest in a team that's let me down for 28 years of my life. So
true.
Yeah, there's that. Let's move it along. We actually doing really good on time for what we have here. I think we're finally onto the afternoon slate as well. Yeah. Yeah. This is a fun one. Shit, we might even finish this in a fucking hour today with the way this is going.
We're moving.
San Francisco going on the road to Vegas. I seen this at 9.5. I just tend to believe it's going back to 10 or 11. Under/over 41.5. Carr is not with the team anymore.
I know, right?
Also a potential Tom Brady destination, but I think Devontae Adams goes where Carr goes.
Mm-hmm. That's his boy.
That's his man. And honestly, once again, I don't believe it's Carr's fault for the year. Just a lot of misfortune for the Raiders season. I mean, they've played in a lot of close games. You look at week 1 against the Chargers. That was a 2 or 3 point game, I believe.
Yeah.
Look at just some of the fucking letdowns they've had. The Arizona Cardinals game.
Yeah.
They were leading Jacksonville by 20.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they got shut out by the Saints. I remember that. That was bad. But there was another one too. Oh, the Chiefs. They were up 17-0 on as well, lost that game. You know, just this isn't like the worst team. It's very interesting that they might cut this cat. I don't think he deserves it.
No, I think they're throwing him under the bus, man. I really do believe that. I'm not saying that he hasn't had his share of bad games, but the team has. I think the coaching hasn't been there either. I just don't agree with what they're doing. And they may cut him.
Yeah, look at last week too was Pittsburgh. That was a major letdown.
That was
3 picks. Ooh, but
it was bad.
Me and you were both on that one at least.
Yes, we were.
Yeah,
yes, we
2.5. Because I remember
I'm proud
I was
of
like,
us
Vegas,
for that one.
And I was like, go back. And one of the few I had.
I don't know, man. They may be in the Tom Brady,
Yeah, they're in the sweepstakes.
The sweepstakes, So, it's just I just don't like the way Vegas has done anything this year. And like I said, Carr has had bad games, yes, but so has the whole team, man.
Dude, just let down all around, and they have great players. It just sucks.
With that being said, though, I'm going San Fran.
I think we all are, even
minus 10.
I did see a little stat that said, the Raiders have covered the last 8 of 9 as underdogs.
Yes.
So they do cover when they're a dog, but you really think Jared Stidham,
I know,
playing against the best, probably, I wouldn't even say possibly, that's probably the best defense in the league. Mm-hmm. Is he gonna fucking do anything? I say no.
And I think they've lost their fight
Jacobs too.
Right.
I don't think he has anything to play for because their playoff probability is like 0.01 or something. Like they technically have a chance, but it's over, and that's that's why Carr is not playing and. It's a mess there. I would say I'm leaning San Francisco with the points as well.
Yes. Now I may take the under on this game too, the 41.5.
Yeah,
I think that's very possible.
I don't know.
San Fran can score.
It's another one. It just seems like an avoid all the way around to me.
All the way around.
Yeah, there's one in a few games that I really, really like. that we'll talk about, but we'll just keep this shit pushing. That's the
Let's
way
keep
it goes.
moving.
We have 5 games left. Look at that. We're only 40 minutes through this.
Wow, we might get done in 55 minutes.
I would have to fucking pause and we would do another cut, but yeah, we're getting there. Let's move it along. New York Jets going on the road to Seattle. Seattle, a 2-point home dog under over 42. Implications galore. Who do you like in this?
I like the Jets, man. I like the Jets.
Jets.
Their starting quarterback will be back. What's his name?
Mike White. I'm so
Mike
happy.
White will be back.
Dude, he deserves it.
He does.
Fuck Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson
fucking
is a piece
garbage.
of germ. He's a germ.
Go fuck your mamas and get the fuck out of here.
I'm going Jets, man. I mean, the Jets defense is so stingy, man. And Seattle has problems with good defensive teams, man. I've noticed thus far.
Yeah, seriously.
They have tons of issues with that.
Look at when they played San Francisco twice.
Exactly, man. I don't see the fight in Seattle either, man. I see them being the team that we thought they were. That's what it is right now for me.
To get to 7 wins, they did enough. Their total at the beginning of the year was 4.5, 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what do you think about the play of Geno? Is he back to normal?
Yeah, I mean, he peaked. I think he peaked.
He peaked, right?
Tyler Lockett will be back.
Okay, that's they're gonna need him.
Seahawks haven't covered in a month and a half now. They're 0-6.
Yeah, that's bad, man.
I just think the Jets are gonna get up and play, man. They want to play. I guess they play Miami week 18, and if things go the way we believe, if Miami loses, Patriots win, Jets win, they're all 8-8.
Right.
So at that point, it's a matter of, the Bills are probably going to beat New England because they want secure that number 1 seed because, Kansas City is on their tail.
Yeah, they are.
So it would come down to a showdown between the Jets and the Dolphins for that division title. And the Jets would have a home game there without Tua.
With no Tua.
I think the Jets make the playoffs.
I do too.
If they win this game, I think they make the playoffs.
Yes. This might be a lock for me for the Jets to win this game for some reason, man. I have a funny feeling that they're just going to come in and just, wreak havoc on Seattle's offense, man.
Yeah, and
I just believe that.
Last week was a real stinker. That was a real letdown. It was a matter of trying to stop Travis Etienne. Didn't happen. Couldn't stop Evan Ingram either. They're playing those 5-wide sets. I thought the corners played fairly well. I mean, Kirk and what the fuck, Marvin Jones Jr. And Zay Jones really didn't do anything. It was all on Evan Ingram. I believe he had 10 catches or something for 100 yards.
Yeah, he was going. He was going off, man. He was. I just have little faith in Seattle at this point in time. I just think they peaked really fast. To be honest with you,
I agree.
And the Jets are just gonna come in hungry, man. Plus, with the quarterback being back, man, Mr. White.
I think they grind them down. I think it's a field goal game still, but I still believe the Jets win.
Oh yeah, man. This may be a lock for me, guys. Just tune in to my Twitter.
I think we can fucking grind through most of this. We'll have to do probably one for the Bills game, but. We'll move it to my lock of the week. This is usually where it goes wrong for me. It has pretty much every fucking week. It's been so bad, man. Though anytime you see a lock, fade it. It's Minnesota going on the road to Green Bay. I love Green Bay 3.5, man. Under over 47.5. This is a weird line for a 12-3 team. Packers run defense fucking stinks, but their pass defense is good. So, if they can contain Jefferson, I think they got a good chance. Also, Vikings, against those real nerd stats, DVOA is one of the big ones people like talking about. It's more of a modern stat.
Okay.
The Vikings are 12-3, and they're 25th in the league in DVOA. What?
I know, man. They're such an anomaly, man. They're a good team, but they just have some issues, I think, mentally. I think this might be a mental thing with Minnesota, but they win though. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers lives for these particular types of regular season games, I'll say. I got Green Bay too, man. Another thing is Minnesota, they beat Green Bay. That first game. Was that the first game of the season?
Minnesota beat them first game of the year.
So this is a get back for Green Bay. I mean, this is a revenge.
It's
revenge
a change.
game.
It's a change of pace. On the road. Minnesota has been squeaking along for far too long. Even though they haven't been covering games, it's just they keep winning fucking games, man.
Mm-hmm. This time of year too, it's hard to win at Green Bay. I don't give a damn who you are. It's just really hard to win in Green Bay.
Rodgers is, I think he's waiting to sneak a couple games out, and I think they can make playoffs, man. Mm-hmm. That's what's scary.
Oh, that's what Aaron Rodgers is sniffing at right now.
That's what's scary to me. I think if they win these next 2 games and then they get to play Minnesota again, watch out. Yes. Literally watch out, because this guy, he's calling it quits, I think, after this year.
You think so?
Unless he's going to the Raiders.
Oh, that's a good one.
But yeah, I really think that this is his, curtain call, and it starts here, and then it's gonna happen to Detroit too. As much as I want the Lions to win in 18.
Detroit's gonna be some victims too, huh?
I think both these teams are about to be victimized by Green Bay, and just they got to remember who the MVP the last 2 seasons was.
Well, I think Minnesota has already wrapped up the NFC North too. I mean, they could wrap up. They've wrapped up the number 1 seed too, haven't they?
Eagles.
One of the
Eagles would be the 1 seed if they win this week.
Okay.
If the Eagles lose and Minnesota wins, they are tied. But Philly holds the tiebreaker since they beat them on Monday night in week 2 or 3, I believe.
Okay. Well, what I meant was they've wrapped up a bye. Have they wrapped up a bye? They still haven't wrapped up a bye.
Only one team gets the bye now, remember?
Oh, really?
Just the 1 seed, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, so 6 teams, yeah.
Well, either way it goes, I think Minnesota's not really sweating this game too much. I think, they probably know that they can possibly get that number 1 seed, but it'll take a lot. I just think that, Green Bay is just going to be so hyped for this game, man. At home. Aaron Rodgers is going to just be slobbering at the mouth, to dethrone anybody in his way right now.
Yeah, I like it, man. I just think...
GB, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, 3 games left. We've been flying because we have a little surprise at the end of this. But we'll fly through these because I'd say... Man, these games really don't fucking matter either, except the Monday Nighter, which will be, last but not least. However, we gotta, go to the last afternoon game, the nightcap, and then Monday. So we'll start with an LA showdown. I hate this fucking idea of which team is home and on the road. They're both at home.
Yes.
So the Rams and the Chargers are playing. The Chargers are technically the home team. I hate that. Chargers 6.5 point favorites. Over 43. I just think, what's it really matter to the Rams? Besides, guys playing for contracts, that's really where it matters.
I think it matters for Baker Mayfield. Because he wants to, he needs a team. Yeah. And he's probably auditioning maybe for this Rams team, maybe second string, I don't know, or some other team. But he's, he wants to play well.
Yeah.
But I got the Chargers. This game I probably won't watch this either. Chargers have something to play for, though, don't they? They can still make the playoffs, right?
No, they secured their playoff
They already secured it.
By beating Indy, but... It's a matter of, do you want to go on the road to either Kansas City or Buffalo, or do you want to play Cincy or Baltimore? Or,
so they want to continue to win.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, to get a higher seed.
So I think they want to compete for that 5 or I guess 6 seed at this point.
Okay.
Right? Is that what the fuck? Or 5 seed? I don't fucking know anymore.
Well, they're going to play hard then. They're going to play hard. I think you know what? I'm taking the Rams, man. I just changed my mind.
Taking the
I'm
Rams.
gonna take the Rams.
All right. I mean, I could see it. The one thing I did see is, and it's like such fucking optics. Like I read this earlier. It's like last 8 road teams have covered at SoFi in Rams games. The Rams are technically at home though, so it's like,
I know that. Yeah.
Like, what does that tell me for a statistical fucking analysis?
Exactly.
What?
Yes.
I just think, the Chargers' rush defense does scare me. I do have Cam Akers I could, pull out if I want to start him against with Pacheco, but I don't know, man. I just think Chargers roll these guys just like they did last week. Secure the seed because, I don't know, I'd rather play Jacksonville, I guess, or Tennessee.
Yeah,
because that's who they would be drawing up if I'm not mistaken.
Well, probably Tennessee more for me because Jacksonville is kind of peaking right now.
Yeah.
They've been playing some good football. You'd be kind of scary to face them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how the fuck that would work. Who would play who? Because it's probably gonna be Buffalo or Kansas City 1 and 2.
Right. Yes.
Unless since he wins out and somehow gets lucky and and Kansas City also loses.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I think they would still own the tiebreaker.
They still own the tiebreaker, though.
Because then they beat 1 and 2.
I think Kansas City is in the driver's seat for this one. I think they will get that bye week.
Because 2 would play 7 if I'm not mistaken. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5.
Right. So let's see. So they probably would play. Well, where's Jacksonville at though? Well, we don't know yet where they're going to be at.
Jacksonville would be the 4 seed technically. So then 5, 6, and 7. Because 5 would go the highest ranked seed. It'd probably be the Chargers if they win.
Yeah.
So that's what they're banking on. Because then it'd probably be Baltimore right after. Because I'm pretty sure. I think since he's probably winning their division.
Yes.
We'll just put it that way. If we imagine they win their division, Baltimore then's probably the 5 or the 6. I think they're the 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7 would probably go. In my scenario, in my head, I think it goes to the Jets.
Okay. Wow.
So then, the Jets would go on the road to either Buffalo or Kansas City.
Yeah.
Baltimore would probably play Cincinnati, and then the Chargers would play the Jags. That's what I'm thinking.
Could possibly be that way, man. And, that would be interesting, man. So the Chargers, they're going to play to win. But I think the Rams are still going to play hard. The coach, he's still going to.
Yeah, everyone's a gamer, man. At the end of the day,
they
just put up 50 points. So it was funny. Okay, funny thing. I forgot to tell you this. I was looking at just how you can bet bands on where teams score points.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that specific game, and I seen 50 plus points. Dude, you were getting like a golf fucking crazy deep bomb. It was 80-1 if the Rams scored 50 or more points, and it hit.
It hit, man. I wonder how many people, made that bet.
Not many, because I remember looking at them who the fuck would bet that? I was like, maybe 25 to 30, but I was like, there's no way either team scores 50.
Man, a 50 spot, man.
One team scored 50.
Man.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for MVP Baker Mayfield. Should have been Russ. All right, I got 2 more games. Yeah, we're both on opposite sides there. Probably on the same side here with the rest of the public. This is the most popular public bet of the week. Pardon me. It's Pittsburgh going on the road to Baltimore. Baltimore, 2.5 point home favorite. Over 35. I don't think Lamar plays.
No.
I don't think they've even...
It's 50-50 right now, but I don't think he plays.
They haven't said anything. I'm just assuming he doesn't. Sucks because they really want to try and win their division, but at this point, if you're pretty much a lock for the playoffs, keep them healthy.
Right.
I like the public, like Pittsburgh.
I do too.
Yeah, I just think it's a great pick.
Pitt's still alive, to get a playoff berth.
Yeah, technically. I mean, what are they, 7 and 8?
Yep, 7 and 8, man.
Yeah, I guess they could go 9 and 8 too. Yeah. That's wild to think.
It is. Well, Ravens are already in the playoffs. but they're trying to get trying to win the AFC North still. So they're still, I mean, they have something to play for.
Yep.
But without Lamar Jackson, they haven't been able to garner up a lot of points. And by the way, I have a lock on the under. It's at 35.
35.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I see.
But I agree with that though.
Yeah, I don't see it being much more than like 17.
It's going to be one of those type of games, man.
Yeah.
Pitt's offense is playing better though. They've been playing a little bit better. They've been scoring a little bit more points.
Kenny's playing again.
He's playing. Pickett is in the house.
That Baltimore defense is they're a monster in their own. And the real reason they didn't win last week, man, a lot of field goals getting blocked. A lot of field goals.
Isn't that crazy?
I think he missed 3 field goals last week. That's a rarity for Jay Tuck.
Very rare. And you know what? He was on my fantasy team. I took his ass out before the game. I forget who I chose.
Yeah, it didn't even matter though. Joe laid a fucking dud. He scored like 70. I looked. I'm like, oh, it's over. He paid me the other night too, and I was like, why are you paying me now? You just wait. And he's like, yeah, just so I have it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, he didn't do that swell, man.
Yeah, I felt, But, that's his 3rd year in a row, I think, going to the 3rd/4th place game. That's the same 3rd, 4th place game as it was last year, too.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I looked at that. I'm like, yeah, that's the same as last year. Damn.
Wow.
And where I somehow... And I'm in the championship game 3 years in a row.
That's pretty good, man.
Don't know how. The first year, I knew I was winning this league.
I mean, with fantasy football, man, you gotta
it's all fucking luck, man.
It's luck, but you still have to, like, at the beginning of the year, you cannot be messing up. Like, you have to be on your thing.
That's what killed Roy. He was like 1-6 fought. Or
man, you got to get off to a good start.
Back to 4-4.
Yeah, man.
It's like,
I mean, yeah, you can bounce your way back in it, man, but you got to make certain moves.
And then there's dudes trying to trade away everyone and making the good trades, but still losing. It's a remarkable game to play. It's all luck, so.
It's luck, though.
I got a couple things about this game, too. Ravens have lost their last 5 as favorites following a home win. And underdogs have covered the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Something I brought up last time these two teams played, but the number was 5.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's why I like Pittsburgh here, so I think they'll make it 7. Let's move to Monday night, and we'll talk about our little, bonus content. This is the game everyone should want to watch, hungover, maybe coming back to life after they get their 20-piece nugget and a large Coke in them after New Year's,
Right.
After being all fucked up. I know I'll be there. And it sucks because, we got work the next morning, and I want to get fucked up for this game, too, but...
this is going to be a great
game,
man.
Guess I can only do other things. This is going to be a fun game. I'm really excited for this. Yeah, Buffalo on the road at Cincinnati. They're a 1-point road dog, a road favorite. I've seen both. Honestly, it's flipping.
Really? Okay. Right.
Cincinnati holds the best record against the spread in the league. I think they've covered 9 weeks in a row now. Over 49.5. Just take the over. Promise you, take the over.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a barn burner, man.
Yeah, this is going to be just a wicked game. Of course, I'm just going to keep on the train of just keep betting Buffalo. I think they're going to be an easy bet in the playoffs.
Right.
However, this week's a little scary because there's a lot, This is basically the game they need to secure the 1 seed because I don't see Kansas City losing to Denver or Vegas. Not with who they're playing. So it's a must-win game. Cincinnati's playing for their divisional title, and they could technically squeak in if Kansas City somehow lost one of those 2 games.
Yeah.
Cross your heart, hope to die. Hope they lose. I just think, this is a big moment, and this really would show everyone because it still seems like even the people who are fans of the Buffalo Bills are down on this team. It's crazy to me to see that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, man. Man, this game right here, man, because it's just so much on the line for a regular season game, Listen, Cincy has won 7 of the last 7 and 9, 7 in a row. They've won 7 in a row.
Yeah, I remember they were like 4-4, and remember they started like 2-4, and everyone was
Yes.
like, "Oh, it's the Super Bowl losing,"
Yes.
And I was right there with them, like, "Oh, they're gonna be bad." And,
Well, the Bills have won 6 in a row, though.
yeah, and that was another one. Oh, the Dolphins are the team to beat now. Yeah,
Right.
sure. Look how it played out.
But this is what because I was kind of like I don't know I didn't know who to pick, but this is what got me. Cincy has not lost at home in 3 months. 3 months?
Yep.
I gotta go with Cincy.
Yeah, the other crazy one is Bengals have covered every spread in the last 10 against teams with winning records. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. For me, like I said, trends are made to be broken. I always tell everyone that. I try not to live and die by them. I also am just a diehard Buffalo guy. Bills all the way for me.
I'm not mad at you, man. I can't argue you down with that one.
You're with the 60% bettors.
I'm with Cincy, man. Another thing, but this is this had me pondering it too. Cincy lost their right tackle, Collins.
Collins. Yeah, I did see that.
So that's their on their right side, man. So I think Buffalo is going to, that side, man. They're gonna go hard, probably, man.
Yeah, they'll bring
But
they prepare the game. They prepare for that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that does it for week 17. My lock of the week is Green Bay 3.5. That's
the lock.
That's the one where I will doom everyone.
I got 2 locks.
All right, let's hear them and let's move to.
I got the Jets at 1.5. This is basically a pick 'em.
Yep.
And I also have the under on that Pitt Baltimore under 35. And maybe, perhaps, I might take that under 41.5 for that San Fran Las Vegas game. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it really hard. But that's it for me.
I like it. Yeah, I think those are 4 winners from what we just said. But
yes.
Let's move. We have about 10 minutes real quick to touch on the New Year's bowl games. The first one being, Michigan hosting. I guess they're not hosting. They're both. Where the fuck are they playing? Arizona or something?
I think it's Arizona. And what bowl is it?
I don't even know. I think it's the Orange Bowl or something.
Okay.
It changes. I don't
so
even...
if it's orange, it may be Florida.
It's a playoff game is all I know.
Yeah.
They were Florida last year, so I think it's Arizona.
Arizona, okay.
Yeah,
could be the Fiesta Bowl then.
I think that's what it
Perhaps.
could be. Yeah. But Michigan 7.5 point favorite against TCU. I believe the over is like 50 fucking 1.5. I don't remember.
My goodness,
It should be higher. It should be near 60.
I cannot wait to watch this game, man. I'm very curious.
We're going to get out of work on I guess Saturday. It's a Saturday game. What am I thinking? So
it's New Year's Eve.
Before you go to your parties, you get to watch this game.
Right. I think this is what's the kickoff is like 4:30?
4 p.m. 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:30.
Okay.
With you, I think you bet your life on Michigan this week as a Spartan alum. As I will bring out.
I think that's a degree. Wow.
That's a degree. Got it back.
Is that the Bachelor of Science?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It looks nice,
that's
man.
The one.
Congrats.
Yeah, had that a long time. It was at my parents, but as a Spartan alum,
right?
U of M is about to fucking creaming these guys' asses.
I think so too, man.
Fucking A, man.
I think they are gonna stomp a mud hole in TCU's assholes.
I don't fucking like TCU plays specifically close games, but they haven't played anyone like U of M. I'm sorry, but
man.
U of M's just gonna wear them down, and then if they start loading up the box, JJ will make the right throws.
Yeah,
I think the coverage will break, and like Big 12. They're famous for doing that all fucking game.
True. I think this is going to be a second half game too. I think Michigan is going to wear them down. I think the offensive line and defensive line is just going to take over second half.
Yep.
I think Michigan's skill players are going to take over too second half. I just think it's going to be a brutal beating, if you will. It may be close, like I said. It may be close first half.
Yeah.
But I think second half is just going to be the beat down.
Yeah, even without Quorum, guess
it's-
what? Their number 2 is just as good.
He is, and he got that cast off too.
Yeah, I mean, you can beat a motherfucker over the head with it, but he's just as good.
Oh, my goodness,
he's
man.
another pro prospect. Their center is a pro prospect.
Yes.
I mean, they got talent all over the place, and I don't think they haven't seen a team like this all year. And I think U of M blows the brakes off these guys, and really, because college bowl season is fucking nonsense at this point with all the transfers and coaches going to other sidelines to coach the other team because they switch contracts and the transfer portal.
Man.
It really has become an unbettable thing, but I'd say these 2 games, the playoff games and the final, you can bet them.
Yeah, I think everybody's waiting to bet these games. These probably are the only games that people are betting on in college football right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a huge handle on it too, and it's like, you know, I just think they're getting cute. I think they should be giving them 10.5, 11. I really think U of M can fucking blow. They're a real title contender.
They are, man. And plus, you know, it means a lot that they've been there. They were there last year. They got the ass handed to them last year. But, you know, this is a business trip now for them. You know, they all about business in this one, man. They like, we want to see Georgia again, and we want to see them now after we beat the hell out of TCU.
Exactly. And the way that, you know, everything's working in the landscape, they might not get another chance with the way recruiting's going, NIL is going, the portal is working. They might not get another chance soon.
That's true,
That's
man.
what's scary about it all, and I really hope it doesn't become like that for the sport, but there are certain voices that were right, and I was very wrong a year ago when I shared my sentiment of this is fine. Let the kids get paid however they want. Dude, we can't let 18-year-old kids get paid, and then they just bounce.
Yeah, it's getting.
bad.
I mean, I want them to get paid, but this is getting ridiculous now, man.
Yeah, it's really, they're gonna have to set some guidelines. But let's move on to the other game real quick because we got a couple more minutes and we're out of here. Georgia hosting. I mean, 1 versus 4. They're in the same place, playing in the same. You know, a couple hours later, they're playing Ohio State. It really should have been Ohio State playing U of M and should have been Bama playing Georgia.
Totally
After
agree.
both teams lost their conference championship game, they should have both been eliminated from contention.
No doubt.
However, this is where it is. They fucked it up again. This is why we're begging for more teams in the playoff.
Oh, we'll get
At
it.
least 6 teams. I want 6 teams. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't need 12.
I mean, 6 would be cool.
I don't need
That's a good
12. I
number.
need 6.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Georgia does the same thing that Michigan's gonna do.
Yep.
I just think it'd be interesting though to see, how Ohio State plays Georgia. I want to see that, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking they're gonna get their ass kicked.
They're gonna see a real defense is
Yes.
what it is. And, if there was any indication of them losing at home to Michigan, I think it happens again. And, yeah, I would say, they're both square plays, but I love Georgia also. I believe that was 6.5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it went down a little bit. I thought I seen it 7.5, 6.5, but
So-
Georgia too is also the play.
So which game do you like better in terms of betting?
Oh, Michigan. I would say Michigan. You could definitely. You bet the Chiefs money line with Michigan money line. Let's see. What's another big favorite this weekend with San Francisco money line? I'm sure it's not more than minus 200, but it's free money, everyone.
It is, man. It really, truly is, man. If Ohio State wins this game, man, I would be shocked.
I would
Shell
too.
shocked.
I would too, just based on how they weren't that great to begin with.
No, I think they were overrated.
Yeah, look at the Notre Dame game to start the year.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely,
And,
man. I think their quarterback is overrated too, I believe, man.
I do too. Yeah,
He's solid,
Dude, they
but,
struggled against Northwestern.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, the wind was a million miles an hour, but you should still game plan around it and maybe win by 20.
Well, let me play devil's advocate to you. Do you think that Ohio State's do you think Georgia's offense can score against Ohio State? Now, defensively, we know what they can do. Offensively, they struggle. You think Ohio State's defense is decent enough to stop them from
Struggle
scoring?
is such a weird term because I've watched enough Georgia games.
Okay.
And they're weird. They are really weird because sometimes they don't score, and then all of a sudden they have 30 on the board. And it's
I know, right?
They can still, set tempo. Like, dude, didn't Stenson Bennett still get a Heisman consideration?
I think he did.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say they're totally lifeless on offense. It's place and time.
Okay, all right.
But I think, this is the game they've been waiting for. This isn't like a push. And look at what they did against LSU.
Right.
I think they put up 50 in that game.
Oh, they clowned LSU, man.
Clown them, guys. So it's a matter of just, hey, do you really believe that this is a juggernaut program? I do.
Yeah.
I'm still in on them. I think it's Georgia, Michigan. You could take both of those against the spread, parlay them, do what you will. And that's how I feel about it.
Me too, man. I'm going for it. We'll count our money after the end of the game.
Yeah, right.
And it's gonna be New Year's Eve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right when the ball drops, we'll be counting. We'll be counting cash.
Cha-ching.
For that, I wish everyone a very happy New Year.
Be safe, guys.
Don't drink and drive.
Right.
I don't know what else. Anything else?
Nothing else. I mean,
Have
you
fun.
know, have fun. You know, don't try to do too much just in terms of
clown.
Yeah. Not too many resolutions this year, man. Just just do the best that you can do with whatever you're trying to do. That's all I can say.
Yeah, as Fulcrum would say, you have a purpose, and I believe in you, and I really do. To that, my friends, cheers.